Director at Algalita Marine Research and Education. So before I start, has anybody ever heard of us before? No. Okay, we're here in Long Beach, so that's bad news. But I just took on a ED position 3 weeks ago, so I'm hoping to change that. Before I was the ED at Algalita, I was the Education Director. So I developed our education programs, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. So who has heard about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Okay, so that's good. So
Is this what you wanted me to pull up?
that's it, yeah. So our founder, Captain Charles Moore, there's a picture of him right here. He was the man who sailed through the area that people call the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, so in 1997. When he came back from that trip, he changed the focus of our organization. We used to study kelp along the Southern California coast. He changed our focus to ocean plastic pollution. So we were the first organization to get out there to create a monitoring program, sampling, to figure out how much is out there, where it's coming from, what's happening when it gets there. And we were doing research for 20 years, and we continue doing that. We've been monitoring the North Pacific Gyre since '97, and we'll be doing our first trip to the South Pacific Gyre next year. So we've been doing global research. But when I first started with Algalita, I started volunteering, and what I realized is that over time, they were getting so many calls from teachers and students that I knew there was something there. There were education programs that really needed to be developed. So that's what I did. I came in, and I looked at the different things that teachers were looking for from us, and what I realized is that there were environmental science teachers looking for a new kind of curriculum. So up until now, it seems like our environmental science curriculum has been, here's the environmental problem, and that's kind of where we end with it, right? Students were looking for, well, what can we do? How can we make changes? How can we make this problem better? So that's something that we realized was a huge need in the teaching community, were these curriculums and resources that were effective environmental education. So that's what we started to build. Now, you know what, I'll actually click to this one at the end. What we built were teaching kits, and we still have these, so these are available. What these teaching kits are is everything you need to teach the complexities of ocean plastic pollution, but within one 50-minute class period. That's something that we also realize is that teachers don't have the time to put the prep work into building curriculum, putting things together. So what this kit is it's 3 stations. You plug a flash drive in, play a 6-minute video, set up the stations. The students all have their own workbooks. They do a 3-activity rotation. It's basically everything that they need to have that intro to what plastic pollution is. And in addition, we have a portion at the end of the kit where you can engage your students in an action project. And something that we've seen in the past is teachers will do pamphlets with students, or they'll do a school assembly, something to raise awareness of what they've learned. What we also developed were our STEM workshops. And this is something that I'm really proud of, and I love this because I have a background in science education. I was going to school to be a science teacher, and then I actually stumbled upon Algalita and realized that this was a new kind of education that really has not been tapped into yet when it comes to plastic pollution. So what we do is we take everything that our scientists gather at sea, in the watershed, and we turn them into science activities that can be done in the classroom. So basically, we can teach any of these subjects, but using plastic pollution. So are you teaching about ocean surface currents? We can come in and show you how plastic moves. Are you teaching marine biology? We bring in our water samples that are plastic and plankton, and the students analyze those. So it's a way to bring real-world science into the classroom. We also have teacher resources. So the same way that we go into the classroom and take these STEM curriculums, we do teacher workshops similar to this, where we have 30 to 40 teachers come and we teach you how to do the science workshop, and then you basically leave with all of the materials that you need to conduct that activity in your classroom. Something that is also very fun, but we do have limited availability, is we do research here right off the coast of Southern California. We take 8 groups out every year where we do sampling. So we do surface samples, benthic grabs, we pull up fish. We're doing a study with Cal State Long Beach right now where we're looking at toxins associated with the plastic. We know the fish are eating the plastic. we're looking at how it's changing them. How is it, or is it causing a type of gender bending? Is it causing stress? Basically, is the plastic in the water threatening their survival? So that's a study that we're working on with Cal State Long Beach. But the great thing about this is we get the students on the boat and they do all the work for us. It's really, really fun. They're pulling in the trawls, they're picking up the fish, putting them in the tanks. And what's great about this is after we take them out, we always combine an action project with every single program we do. So with Ship to Shore, we take them out on the boat and then we come into the classroom and we engage them in an action project. So going back to the first slide, all of this science is great, and that's what we're about. Our education is based in STEM education. But like I said earlier, after you teach the science, so many of the students say, I want to do something about it. So actually 5 years ago, we created our International Youth Summit. So what this is it's a youth summit for ages 11 to 18, where they submit an idea to reduce waste in their communities. And we go through them and we choose the top. It ends up being about 25 teams. It's 100 students. Each comes with an adult advisor. And they come for 3 days to Ocean Institute in Dana Point, where we pay for the hotel and the food. And basically what we do is we help them create a project that is feasible and that they can implement when they go back home. So ours is not this weekend, but next, our 5th one. So we're pretty busy planning for that. But we have worked with, after next weekend, we will have worked with over 400 students from 21 different countries, implemented about 125 plastic pollution awareness, prevention, and reduction campaigns around the world. So these are just some of the things that we have available, and I think for us, something to really take away from what we do is having a forward-thinking approach as to how can we connect action to environmental science, especially with the new generation right now. They really want to do something about it. And there are resources, not just Algalita, but other ones as well. I know, like Tree People, the woman who will be here. There's other nonprofit organizations that can help you bring that action component into your classroom. So, thank you. So you guys, we'll do questions later, right? Yep.